What's up, guys? It's your boy Trooper back at it again this week with another Who Did It Better. In today's vid, we'll be briefly going over Mass Effect 1 and Andromeda to see which game did it better in terms of making you want to play. In this vid, we'll be breaking down the talking points in three categories: story, sound, and gameplay. The Mass Effect series has a ton of lore and things going on but in this vid, we'll be going over the general things to open up the discussion for you guys in the comment section. Now, starting with Mass Effect 1, the story in this game introduced you to the Mass Effect universe and its vastness. You were able to create your own Shepard and build up a team to fight against the antagonist Saren, which would eventually lead you towards the ultimate villain, or should I say villains, the Reapers. Playing it the first time, I was in awe. It gave me that Star Wars feel and scale that I wanted in a Star Wars game, while still having a very grounded and realistic feel on what humanity could look like hundreds of years from now. In Mass Effect 1, the story was well written with good twists and turns from both the main campaign and side stories, as well as character development from your allies and for your main character from start to finish that felt very fleshed out for the first part of the trilogy. And if that wasn't enough, the game had a very detailed codex where you were able to learn about the many different aliens, planets, etc. in the universe, which helped to flesh out the story even more. From start to finish, the story of trying to catch Saren, any mini political mumbo jumbo you had to go through in order to get him, as well as initial preparation for the Reapers, really made the story campaign engrossing and hard to put down. There weren't really too many story parts that I felt needed to be cut. Oh, and before I forget, what made the story even more personable was the fact that you were able to make decisions that had a lasting impact. Allies on your team can die, it won't come back. Decisions on the battlefield can have lasting implications on the sequels. It was just a lot of things that actually felt like it had a meaning. Now to Mass Effect Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda was a new fresh start in the series, starting you out with a new cast of characters, story, and gameplay not attached to the original trilogy. Initially, the story starts out good with the new exploration style and trying to fight a new alien threat, but slowly dissipates during the middle and ending sequences. Outside of the main story, the side missions on each of the explorable planets were quite fun and added in a lot of the missing pieces the story didn't cover. One cool addition in Andromeda's story was that you're able to create your own character and a twin that would have importance in the actual story and shape how your father would look like too, that gave the story a little more personable feel. In addition, the game had its own style on the dialogue choices, not necessarily being completely good or bad, but somewhat in the middle, which was okay at times but also frustrating at others, like when you just want to go full renegade like you could with Shepard. Now, in the sound department, both games had compelling sounds that for the most part kept you engrossed in the story. In Mass Effect 1, I felt the ambient sounds as well as the music and combat really felt thematic and made you feel like you were in a movie. Whereas in Andromeda, the sound play to me seemed to be more like a wannabe action movie, which isn't a bad thing per se, but just felt different than Mass Effect 1 or Mass Effect in general, which is probably what they were shooting for when working on this new game in the series. In the sounds for the gunplay and other combat sounds, Andromeda excels with crisp sounding blast and mystical sounding oomph for your specials that really sell the game's sci-fi combat style. Mass Effect 1's guns aren't terrible, but playing Mass Effect and Mass Effect Andromeda side by side, you can definitely notice the difference in the different categories of guns and powers. Now in the gameplay department, both games are definitely different in their approach. In Mass Effect 1, Shepard played very rigid, with not much acrobatics but instead more military style, with hunkering behind cover and popping up to shoot before moving to the next set of cover, rinse and repeat. In addition, you could stop time to control your partner's moves and controls. I end up using a lot to get myself out of trouble. The customization and upgrading for your character was very RPG-like, with you being able to upgrade all kinds of different talents based on your character's military specialization that you pick out at the beginning of the game. And I gotta say, it's a lot. You can also upgrade all of your teammates' talents, as well as which allows you to tailor yourself and team for perfection, or at least towards certain playstyles. I remember having so much fun and spending a lot of time upgrading my characters back in the day so I could get them just right. On the opposite side though, we have Andromeda with a more free-forming combat style. In Andromeda, you could use your jetpack to traverse the battlefield with ease, as well as being able to sprint and use acrobatics that were unheard of during the original Mass Effect days. This new style definitely fits through with the new character writer, being more about exploration than military style gameplay focus. In the combat customization, Andromeda brings back a more Mass Effect 1 style, with you being able to upgrade a lot of different skills to best fit your playstyle based on how you want to play. The game, however, expands on Mass Effect 1's, though with you pretty much having free reign on every ability in the game to choose from, instead of being locked behind a certain class you pick from the beginning. This gives the game even more flexibility and fits again perfectly with the new story being told. If that wasn't enough, the customization can really make you feel like a biotic, soldier, or anything in between. Playing my main character as a biotic and focusing solely on biotic powers, I was able to create a character that truly felt like a Jedi with the Force, except without the lightsaber, that I didn't totally feel like I had the ability to do in the original Mass Effect. Andromeda also did a great job in the different skill tree abilities. For most of your powers you could choose freely from, and even added little effects just like your dodging depending on the points in your skill tree, like the mystical purple fading like dodge that made you feel unique by customizing your character. So who did it better? Overall, both games excelled in certain aspects and were okay in others, but what were your thoughts? Do you prefer the original Mass Effect and its grand story, or do you prefer Andromeda and its exploration and newness? Sound out in the comments section below.
Welcome to Alliance Military Database. Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.